Hey, I'm Paul, and this is the first episode of Bell Peppers and Beef, a Cowboy Bebop podcast.
And this is Justin.
Yo, and it's Dave here too.
Okay, so we're talking about Session 1, Asteroid Blues. So I figured, first off, why don't we kind of go around and see, like, how many times have you watched the series, or if you're familiar with it or not. So, Justin?
I've probably watched through it at least 5 times.
Okay, and David?
Yeah, dropping to around 2, but it's been quite some time since I've seen it.
Okay, and I've never seen the series in its entirety. I've seen the movie because Justin held a gun to my head and forced me, and...
Lies.
No, that's true.
He's lying.
No, I'm not. I don't lie.
He's lying.
Shut up, Justin.
For confirmation, everyone, Justin is right. Paul's totally lying on things.
I didn't hold a gun to his head, but I did make him watch it.
Yeah, but nevertheless, we're here now, so...
Yeah. And I've seen probably about 2 or 3 episodes prior to this of the series. I don't actually remember which episodes, because after watching these, I realized it wasn't the first one. So, Justin, why don't you tell us the plot for this episode?
You want me to go over this synopsis?
Fine, I'll do all the work.
Are you sure? Because I'm just gonna say, it just kind of introduces the characters Spike and Jet in their Bebop, and...
Just shut up.
Okay.
Fellow bounty hunters and longtime partners Spike and Jet.
You're just reading the synopsis off a website.
Meh.
Justin, I memorized all of this. Shut your mouth.
If it comes to it, I can do it if need be, but if you're good for reading it...
Track down Asimov, whatever the fuck his last name is, with his girlfriend, both of whom are looking for buyers for an illegal drug known as Red Eye, which Asimov stole from an underground organization. Asimov abuses the drug himself, however, which makes subduing him a difficult task.
But mainly, they're just trying to hunt a bounty so that they can make money, so that they can buy better food than bell peppers and beef. But maybe with beef next time. Who knows?
Bleh.
Okay, so I have questions about this.
Duly noted.
So, my first note...
Your amazing notebook.
my amazing notes. Well, my Buffy notes are much better, but
Yeah.
anyway. So basically the entire concept of this show is just going to be bounty hunters in space.
More or less, yeah. Basically, that's their job and that's what they do to survive.
Yeah, just their tales.
Okay. Also, I found out that the money or whatever is called Wulongs.
Yep.
Is there a story behind that?
No.
Or is it just a thing?
Just their currency.
I think it was just a case of they needed a name, and they were just like, yeah, okay, that'll work.
And he also uses Wulongs in Space Dandy too, oddly enough.
Yeah, I don't know what that is and I don't care.
Connections?
Shut up.
Who knows?
So, I learned that the drug Red Eye, or Bloody Eye, they also call it that.
Blah.
Because I was paying attention, sort of.
More so bois.
Is that going to come up again, or is that a one-off?
Yeah,
More or
pretty
less a
much a
one-off.
one-off.
I hate this show.
No, it's just the one-off. That's their crime, and then they were just trying to bust them.
Cowboy.
Then why did they spend so much time setting it up?
Because... to make it look like a big deal.
They have a fine attention to detail.
I mean, each episode will have, like, something that happens with someone or something.
So true. But it doesn't completely relate to the bounty hunters in question.
Okay. So, considering that the show was from 98, I really love the animation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there are times where, in my opinion, could have probably cut 30 seconds
Meh.
here or there, but
Wow.
there's this... Okay, so I don't remember if it's in this episode or if it's in the second one.
Mm-hmm.
But they're getting out the stupid, like, the red ship thing.
Blah.
Okay, the swordfish.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? And it's, like, coming out of the hangar, and it takes bloody well forever, and it's just one static shot of that. Drove me
It's
insane.
flying or it being...
No, it's, like,
lifting off?
literally just coming out of the hangar. It's not flying, it's just, like, on, like, a conveyor
At least you're
belt.
not watching Genesis Evangelion.
Yeah.
Because you would be watching a still frame for 3 minutes straight.
I think it mostly falls down to a particular style for any of those particular things. I guess if they didn't bother
that.
to cut it out, it would most likely result in the small minority of people butting up and saying, "Hey, how does all this fictional stuff work?
Yeah, but
you don't bother showing it."
It doesn't explain how it works. It's just a shot of a spaceship on a conveyor belt thing. That doesn't explain anything. It's just there to kill time. Anyway, moving right along.
Nah.
Okay, so there's these 3 old guys in the episode.
Yes.
That are my heroes.
They are the best.
They are amazing, and all they do is bitch. And it is fantastic.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so I want to go to the end of the episode.
Okay.
So,
Sure.
what's the chick's name that's with Asimov? Is she given a name?
I do not believe so
but
that I know
she's
of.
probably dead.
Okay, yeah. So, she is in a ship with Asimov.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't understand this sequence.
I like how you're remembering the name of this guy. He's probably in the
I wrote it
notes.
down.
You won't remember him by the next episode or so.
No, but I wrote down Asimov equals bounty. Because I'm clever. Anyway, so she shoots Asimov in the head. And his head explodes.
Meh.
Yeah.
And then she's flying and there's like this... It looks like some kind of like force field or something. And she's flying... And then all of a sudden, something like starts shooting her ship or something?
The police.
Okay, that was not clear at all.
Okay.
Yeah, they were police.
They were flying
police.
into a police brigade.
Yeah.
Oh, because I have a note that's like, what the hell just happened? Why did her ship blow up?
Yeah, they're flying.
Kind of
into
gunfire, blasting all those particular things. Kind of does that.
Basically, she had no escape no matter what she did.
Kablah.
Okay, that makes a whole lot more sense now.
Yep.
Because all of a sudden I just saw her ship like getting shot up and I'm like, what the fuck? Who's shooting her?
No.
Okay, that makes sense. Things make sense now.
Good.
Including all the particular red eyes spilling all over the place in that particular way.
So I hate that because I expected that to be a major plot point, which apparently it isn't going to be.
Well, I was more so talking about out of her and the little canisters, not so much it spilling all over the place.
No, the major plot point of the first episode is like the first 5 seconds of what it shows of
Pretty much for the first episode.
yeah, for the first episode, which doesn't really show anything really. It just shows like a rose or something,
Yeah.
and he just walks from it or something.
I love that sequence at the beginning. That's really cool. And like black and white, and then there's just the red for the rose. That's really cool.
Yeah, basically, it's kind of trying to show that there's an underlying plot going on, but it doesn't
All
really
the
get
plot?
into it with the first episode.
Yeah.
Wah!
I was not... I mean, I didn't hate the episode. I just was kind of like, oh, this kind of seems pointless.
More or less an introduction to Spike and Jet, sort of.
Interesting.
Yeah, but
Sure
like,
about Jet.
it seems to me like Jet gets like almost no screen time.
I know.
He gets
not
very
too
little to do.
surprising.
He'll get more screen time in other episodes, for sure.
Yeah, some more than others.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, well, I mean, that happens. Anyway, Justin, any final thoughts on the episode?
It's a good introduction to the series, I'd say.
Okay, David?
Ditto on my end, and definitely a good sort of watch and hook to sort of get you to watch.
Anyway, you know what? We're going to do a ranking out of 10. So what would you give this out of 10 as a score? Justin?
I don't like giving rankings.
Such a whiny bitch.
If it doesn't have to be your specific ranking, I stick it on my scale of, it's a good episode.
Okay.
I like you.
Okay, and I like you out of 10. That's very helpful, Justin. Thank you. I'm going to give this a solid 6.5.
A solid
definitely
6.5.
It's not bad, but it's not terribly engaging either.
You know how many
No, I can
people are just
definitely
gonna be
understand
angry
that.
at you?
It's
Oh, yeah,
sort
fuck
of giving the base of what it is and a side story to sort of give some action to it. I can definitely see where you're coming from.
Aside from the opening 30 seconds, apparently nothing of this is going to matter long term.
The characters matter.
Well, okay,
Definitely.
I understand that. I mean, from a plot perspective.
Okay, I mean,
Nah.
you know, in like other shows, like I guess even in Buffy, you have like something that's like related only to that specific episode, but slightly moves some underlying plot along a little bit. But
Was there any underlying plot in this episode? Because I didn't see anything.
Probably not to start with this one, but it's there,
Really?
just not very much.
I
Enough
mean-
that there is a hint of it.
the next few episodes kind of introduce more characters and stuff.
So very
so that's
true.
kind of technically like plot plot progression in a way.
Very true.
I'm not saying I hate it. It's not.
It's just an introduction.
Yeah, and it's fine for what it is, but it's nothing special.
Okay, duly noted.
Alrighty, so I think that's it for this week. I'm
Come on.
Paul.
I'm Justin.
And the Dave.